Hey there! Well, apparently this is called Burrito Bison Revenge. I played the first one on my iPhone, and it came and someone pointed out to me that there was a second game available. I'm a big fan of the first one, so I was like, oh, I want to try the second one. Now I can't remember. Like, a friend of mine said it was a lot like a different game, and if someone knows what that game is like called, I would love to like play it because this is a lot of fun. But the first one on the iPhone is basically, you get launched into the air, and like there's like I really like you get launched into the air and you have to like land on little gummy bears, and I'm a huge fan of gummy bears. Like, my favorite snack of all times was gummy bears. So like, to see you getting squished like this, it makes me sound like a terrible person, but it's hilarious. Not to mention having, the Mexican, like a wrestler, being launched into the air, and it's just the silliness behind it. They're like, in the first one, you only had a limited amount of upgrades to work with. Oh, okay, let me start over. It's, you get launched into the air, you hit the gummies, you collect money. You can use this money to purchase upgrades, and with these upgrades, you can buy better stuff, so you can get launched further, take less speed reduction when you hit gummies, because when you hit gummies or hit the ground, you take take a speed reduction. The point of each round is to hit the end. Obviously, I'm not hitting the end because I just started, and you needed like a few upgrades, unless you're really, really good, which I am not. If you can't tell, I'm not even hitting the little white mark of that beginning part where you have to hit it and you got to center it and get launched even further. They're like, eventually, like, I do get to a point after I figure out that I am supposed to get it in the middle of the white part, because when I first started playing, I got into the red. I thought it was supposed to be in the red. Oh God, I'm dumb. So I wasn't getting very far, if you can't tell. So you're supposed to get in the white, and if you get on the white, you get like a bonus boost, and it's awesome. And there are a lot more upgrades to work with, different variety of upgrades to work with versus the first game. The first game had a lot of, like, it was very limited with that, and they, like, I don't, maybe it was just like from the transition from PC to the iPhone that, like, they don't, like, the timing is a little bit off. I noticed that the, like, me pushing spacebar versus hitting my touch screen is, like, it responds a lot quicker. Oh, and there's also the achievements. There are no, like, there's some achievements that you can work with. If you get the achievements, you get more money, and the more money you get, the more perks you can buy, so you can have more rockets that you can see on the left-hand side, or more speeds, like, and all the stuff I had mentioned before. The rockets are when you hit the space bar, or when you click it, and you get, like, shot to the ground, and you get, like, a little jump to try to further the distance that you go. It's extremely addicting. I found myself playing it for a few hours. Like, I would highly recommend it to anyone who likes this type of game. It's like, it was a lot of fun, and especially, like, the music was like, oh, super macho #1, and it's just a lot of fun. The one thing I would like a little bit better is more of it. Like, I know there's only so much you can play of a game like this. I mean, it's not meant to, be something you come back to and that has a lot of replay value. I know there's also an endless that you can unlock, where you just keep going and going, and, like, try to work on your achievements. There's 120 total, which is a little ridiculous. They also have a cash shop, so if you want to spend real money on in-game money, you can, cheat the system and do it that way. But that kind of ruins the fun, because that's part of the reason why you do endless, is to get more money to buy better upgrades. So yeah, buy just the cash shop. The cash shop makes a little bit more sense on the iPhone, because, like, I think the iPhone version is a little bit harder, because like, there's a Nyan Cat upgrade that you can get. It's a little purple guy that's in the bottom left corner, and I will end the video with the Nyan Cat upgrade that they have. So if you want to see it, by all means, stay tuned and you can see it. So I do definitely believe that this one's a lot better. It's a lot of improvements on the first one. If you notice in the background, like you can see that the Colosseum's been torn apart, and there's some, you can see the upgrades that were available in the first game. They're kind of hanging out there, and I feel bad for the couple of terrified gummies that are still there. The place is a wreck, and you can tell, like, he's been here before, and not very many of them like him anymore. But like, it was a fun game, and I would highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun. Not a huge amount of replay value, but maybe that's just because me having a short attention span. It's easy to pick up, very addicting. Great music. Like, really gets you revved up, and again, I would highly recommend it. So you guys have a great day, and thank you for tuning in.